Love it.
It slaps.
Great.
Love it.
Awesome. I love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first official three-way.
Pod.
Welcome to the Print the Pod. Oh, Print the Pod. Holy shit.
That'll work too.
Print the Shirt podcast.
DC.
We bring through the smoke. I had to do it for this one.
There you go.
I always be shit over here. I'm still doing this. See, I still
like
don't
that.
know where to point.
I know. Yeah.
Here. But I
That
was
is.
like, oh, that was a wrong titty over here. Okay, so this is episode number 5. And as you can see, there's somebody else below me and D.
Hey, hello.
V. Velour. We're going to call him Velour.
Yeah.
Velour.
A beautiful fabric.
Smooth.
Velour. It is a beautiful fabric.
Yeah.
It's so soft and supple on the skin.
God,
So-
I bet it's sweaty though.
What?
I bet it doesn't. I bet velour doesn't breathe at all. It's like waterproof.
Hey.
That's why there's
You know what? I don't
underwear.
choke.
So this is episode number 5. This is D next to me, and then this is V right here. We brought Chris Chris Velour. Okay.
Sounds so good when you say it.
What?
Velour.
Yeah, you should literally it almost just rolls off your tongue in a very 1990s phone sex line type of way.
Yeah. Especially if you slow it down.
You know what I mean?
Velour.
Visit velourspinners.com.
What how much? Never mind.
You want to catch?
Because we're already off the rails.
Oh man.
Buddies, this is going to be good, right? Catch a sexy fish with a velourspinner.com.
I did.
And I do like how you took advantage of the banner altogether. He's like, I am putting the .com at the end of my shit.
Right.
They will know. I love it. See, that's marketing 101, right?
Yeah. I got it everywhere.
So I wanted to just introduce you because obviously people know me and D. So take a couple seconds and chat with the people. Tell them what you are, what you do, and why you're here.
Okay, so first of all, I'm here to promote this graphic designer in the upper left corner. Dan's the man. He did this shirt. I bought this shirt with won money on the Doink bet on the Super Bowl. I bet someone
That was hilarious.
and so I bought this shirt, but
He bet the joint.
So I met him via Twitter like everyone else, and I asked for Najee's Cavalry t-shirts.
That was a long time ago, dude.
Yes.
Wait, what was it? Say it again.
Najee's Cavalry. I said that
Okay.
Franco Harris had Franco's Italian Army, so Najee Harris should have Najee's Cavalry.
I like it. I like it.
And so, and then me and him started talking. We did some other Steeler designs together, and I hand make these fishing lures, and there's one right there. And so,
Look at it spin.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the name of the company, baby.
and so I
Shitty
reached
ass.
out to him. I reached out to him and said, "Hey, how about you do some logo work for me, and I'll pay you. We'll work out a deal." And then I buy so many different logos off him. Here's the one for a little play on Jaws. And one here's a little play
Where's the
on
other one?
Rolling Rock.
Yeah, that's my favorite one right there. That's the one I'm gonna get for my cuz right there.
love logo
Check
remakes.
it out. But then you know what? I buy a lot of logos off you, and
Yeah, you
and
do.
I think it's been the biggest positive to my business. So I would say anybody out there that has like a little small business, whether it's like a craft business, whatever it is, something you started doing during the COVID pandemic, and you're like, hey, I can knit, right? And you want a little logo for your business, hit up DC4. I mean,
Dude.
he'll hook you up. He'll work pricing out with you the whole 9 yards. It's awesome. It's been the best. I mean, like I said, I refer to you as my graphic designer. I'm telling
And he
everyone.
always hit me with the little goat too. It's so cute. I love the
Yeah,
little goat.
yeah. You are the graphics guy.
You're the goat, bro. You're the goat. I told you.
Listen, like I say time and time again, I am not the best at what I do, but I make up for it with the willingness to experiment and go the extra mile. And to me, it's a lot of the little things. It's my biggest three things are accountability, accessibility, and affordability. Okay, so
Right.
I'm always accessible. You find a fucking business that's more accessible than me, and I will retire because you can't. Literally, anybody messages me all day, every day. I'm on it. I don't care where
Right.
I'm at. I answer.
You are too. You're lightning quick. I mean,
Because honestly, if I don't
give him
answer
an
you,
idea, and I'll be like, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dan, my bad. I'll give him an idea, and I'll be like, take your time. Don't worry about it. 15 minutes later, he's like, what do you think about this one? Or
Right.
this one? Or this
Right.
one? And I was
Right.
like, what part of take your time
nah,
didn't you get?
right. And then you
I've
can
always-
work with him on it. Like, hey, you know what? What if we try this? And he's like, oh, okay. And it comes right back. Like, it's incredible. You're so easy to work with, dude.
That's
Well, see, like, you called him your graphic designer, right?
Right.
When I first met him, what was it, 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago, maybe,
yeah,
something like that.
so just in the beginning of the COVID crisis of barbecue world,
Right. So I had an idea for a shirt or whatever. It evolved. Like the shorts I'm wearing right now, I would have never ever worn had he not been like, hey, try this. Look at this. Bro, you're different, man. You're a goat. Like you've got a vision. Like you've messed with me long enough to know what I like. And you're like, but he'll like this too. He doesn't know it yet, but he'll like it.
Of ideas. I got the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and now. Like I got all these decades of weird knowledge up here.
And you're
Never
and
disappointed.
what's so cool is you're doing it. Like you're doing it. Like you're making this work. Like I live in Pittsburgh, big old Yinzer. There's like Andy Warhol's very revered here. He has a quote that I'm about to butcher, but it's my favorite one. Or he says the real art is making money off your art, and it's something along those lines. And I'm like, man, there's some wisdom in that. Like you could be a starving artist, or you can like make what people want and actually make money. And he's saying that's where the real art happens, and you do that. You get these custom designs for people, like people with their dogs. Like I mean, I have right here. You did this for me. This was for my. This is a picture of my late cousin.
Yeah.
And I sent him a photograph of it, and I said, hey, he loved the snowboard. I want to make this into some snowboard stickers and stuff like that. And he did that for me so fast. It's so good. And then I put it on a coffee mug and gave it to my cousin's brother for Christmas. And it he melted. He couldn't believe it. Like it was awesome.
That's one of the things that I love. I love doing what I do just for stuff like that.
You're so good at it. Like I wanted to just buy more stuff, and that's what I think Warhol was really talking about. That's the art. Like
makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's earned.
But kind of like the Warhol quote, though. Right? I mean, is at the end of the day, if I just made art for me, it would only be things that I envision and things that I see as valuable or as good, and everybody else will maybe like it or maybe not.
Right.
But whereas what I do is I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know how to do anything. So the requests kept pushing me outside of my comfort zone and learning new things and dealing with new images and new talent, like new things, right? So it kept me on the top of my game and allowed me to kind of build the little style that I have where, I mean, a lot of the piping art and stuff like that, where it's kind of like, you can look at it now and go, okay, I know who did that.
Right. You have a signature and I love it. It's great.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, Valor, I told him, I was like, bro, you've got to start putting your little DC4L thing at the bottom of my canvas or something.
I know. I said the same thing to him.
I won't do it. Listen,
I know you won't, but I told you to.
I told you to.
Three reasons why. Okay. First reason why is there's so many other companies out there that put their logo on every fucking shirt that they put out there. And I always just find it's corny as shit because I want the design, not the logo. I wanted the design, not the logo. Now, second thing is I would have put it on the tag on the inside of the shirt. But in order to do that, I got to pay an extra $3 per shirt myself in order to do it, which means I got to charge the customer an extra $3. Okay. So right now, I lose money on 3XL shirts because I don't price them as high as I should because I don't want to make a t-shirt price too high. To me, a t-shirt should be no more than $25, including shipping. That's what you should pay for your shirt, and give or take. No more than $30, right?
Yeah. So that jacket, like that jacket you made.
Yeah.
The bomber jacket.
Yeah.
I got one from like my buddy for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
He's a big dude, 4X.
Yeah.
It was the same price as mine. I was like, there's no way.
But because I don't want to overprice things, right? So that's the second reason why I don't put the logo on there. And the third reason being is the logo doesn't go with every colorway and doesn't really go with every design. So if I put it on there, it becomes something that takes your eye from the design to the logo, which is never what I want. I want your eye only on the design.
I'd put it right on the back of the collar.
It's awesome. Well, I mean,
I'm not about my brand. I'm about the design. And I love the brand.
I'm about your brand.
I wear my brand everywhere.
That's why, like I even made sure at the bottom of my website, I made sure like all logo work, artwork done by DC.
And I love that. Listen, people that can, give me credit for where credit is due. I appreciate it, and I thrive off of it, because if I don't have it, then I don't really have that progression, right? Where the growth isn't happening organically, and I love organic growth. I don't pay for things that I don't need to pay for, because I would much rather have it done organically. So, all in all, like I said, I would love to put the logo on things more so. What I think I'm going to start doing is maybe promoting my logo shirt, or maybe giving my shirt away with my logo on it. Like I said about you, maybe I'll do more giveaways with my logo on the shirt as opposed to just the design itself.
And
we'll see what happens.
And I have an idea I'll tell you about later in the lobby that I might be able to help get your. You
live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but
you live in the city, one of my biggest fucking fan base cities. Okay,
I know, but so yeah, good point there. I guess what I was thinking is so one of the big things that I do with you, and this anybody watching if they're interested in this as well, is it's not profitable for you to make stickers for somebody. So as part of what me and him worked out is he gives me the design file, and then I have a way to make stickers myself. So I just make these stickers for the boxes, and you give me a nice logo design, I'll make some stickers. I'll throw them in with the orders for people. What do I care? It costs me nothing.
I would do that regardless. You should print your own. Like, you should do that regardless.
Say it again. No, I just like that you said regardless, not irregardless.
Oh,
I can say it correctly.
Oh man.
Okay. Now we're doing some grammar.
No, you said it right. I'm proud.
I did. Okay.
If you would have said irregardless, it would have been like, dude, really? Come on.
Irregardless, let's move back to the.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna go into our section we call Teed Up.
Teed Up.
And since we got a Pittsburgh native here, are you native? I guess, are you a Pittsburgh native?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I am. There would be no other way to describe it. Okay. I mean, I was born outside the city, but not that far.
So you're still a PGH.
Yeah, I mean that's my mailing address. Been that way forever. I own a house here. Yeah.
Do you know who at PGH Pirate Queen is? You ever see her?
No, I see. I mean, like I'm in
many fucking a little bit dressed up as pirates on your timeline.
Oh yeah. I've seen them at bars actually. I know the I've seen them in the wild, if you will.
Because if you go to a ball game and you see someone decked up in full fucking pirate gear, that's dedication. I love that shit. I fucking love it.
Pirates are such a sore subject for me.
Oh, really? But they're doing good right now, aren't they?
It doesn't matter. It's not
11-0 like the Rays, but
Cruz got hurt.
It's all about ownership. Part of the thing, so a big reason why there's a lot of Pirates fans like me that are just like, I'm done with this team. I'm not even watching what I'm going to say. It's because when you have like a gold standard of ownership with the Rooneys to compare to all the time, you're just like, it's obvious that this team, like the ownership, they cry poor. I've never seen somebody that owns 5 mountains cry poor as much as his owner does. Like, I can't compete with what you can't outspend San Diego, you can't outspend St. Louis. I mean, come on. And we're not asking you to outspend the Yankees, but just get up in the, put a competitive product out there and Yinzers will come. But
invest your money.
It's just like product.
Got to
like I don't know. We'll see. They have a lot of work to do to bring me back on board.
Well, would a sword bring you back?
Ah,
a home run sword.
That is pretty tight. That's
A home run sword is
Such
fucking
a
bad.
good,
Right,
such
right.
a good one, dude.
Can you imagine you hit a dinger and you get to go into the fucking dugout and swing around a sword and shit?
That would be cool.
That's like, okay, nothing makes me feel like an 8-year-old boy more than playing baseball and swinging a sword around.
Yeah.
Fair point, dude.
You know what I
Fair
mean?
point.
Chewing fucking bubble gum in the fucking dugout, swinging a sword around, playing baseball. I'm telling you, that is the fucking life. Okay?
Not bubblegum, big league chew. Let's get it
You
correct.
dudes are getting paid millions of dollars to fucking have fun, play a game, and swing swords, shoot bubble gum. Okay?
Great.
I love it. I fucking love it.
No, it's a good time. I'll be taking my boy to games down there. I'm just like
It's a beautiful baseball stadium. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
at night it's so fucking sexy at night.
And it's great for
Just
concerts,
the whole Pittsburgh area at night is gorgeous.
The bridge, the bridges are fucking just. I love them. They're iconic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All
right, so guys, stay on topic here. Let's go.
Okay, stay on topic, guys. Stay on topic. Stay on topic. So, PGH Pirate Queen, she and her husband actually gave the Cutlass, the sword, to the Pirates.
That's cool.
So, so somebody sent me a request via somebody else. So somebody else was like, "Yo, I want the Pirate fucking pulling the sword on a shirt," and then Jordan Klein, what's the guy's Twitter or guy's name? He just kind of mentioned me and kind of referred it to me. So then I reached out to her after doing a little bit of research on the sword to try to find out where the sword came from and how the sword came to be, because I didn't really see the sword through the game or anything like that. Dude told me if I had the MLB app, it was like at 1932 of the game, but I don't have the MLB app, and so I didn't get that. Anywho, sword, my guy. Don't you know how to shut your ringer off? God.
I know. I am a professional. My bad.
God. Anywho, back to my story, Mr. Interrupter. So I've got in contact with her, and she actually sent me a full picture of the sword. So I got to use that for reference.
That's awesome. That's
really super cool.
That's cool.
So it was like, and I told her, I said, listen, you help me out, I'll give you a shirt for free and shit like that. Like, I'm not, like I said, I never try to get rich off of the thing, and I never try to fucking steal anybody's shit. So I wanted to reach out to her and kind of be like, yo, it was you guys that gave him the sword. Can I do kind of something with it? So she was all for it. So I did one design, and sometimes I'll do a couple designs at one time just because I'll like a certain part of something, but I want to add something to it.
Right.
And then I add something to it. I'm like, nah, I kind of liked it. So sometimes I get torn and I just do two. Right. So I did both. I sent her the one, and she's like, oh, that's really fucking cool. I like that. Maybe she wanted me to put in the RTJR or Raise the Jolly Rocket.
Yeah, Raise the Jolly Rocket.
First, she informed me. So that's why I love doing what I do. Again, just to kind of bring it back. I'm not a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. Okay. I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. So I don't know the ins and outs of a certain I don't know the ins and outs of every team. So when I have good customers who can kind of bridge the gap for me and go, yo, hey, this is what they're into. Or like I was talking to D and I'm like, yo, like, what do you fans call it and whatever? And we're called the crazies and shit. I was like, all right, fucking, I'll run with that. I wouldn't have known that unless I knew D. And so it keeps my shit authentic is what I kind of want to do. Is I want to be as authentic to the fan base as possible. So anyways,
that's rolled over into other, people from Duke Nation.
Yeah.
Getting in touch with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even people who don't necessarily mess with me, like, oh, that's my buddy. Yeah, that's my buddy. But like even people who may not necessarily mess with me or like my takes on Duke, they're like, I like this shirt.
Well, yeah.
I like what this guy does. Let me see if I can get in touch with
this guy does.
And I pass it right to you.
You just sold a ton of Pirate shirts back when they had that lightning in a bottle magical run where they got out of the wild card.
Catching in them.
Yeah, they were doing that Zoltan.
Yeah.
That was a fun year. That was so much fun. I watched every game that year. They had me such a believer.
This year's going to do it.
I love that team. But here's the thing. This is when, and then they all lost because all they had to do was keep that team together. That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. It wouldn't have mattered how well they played. This city loved that individual team, and they were gonna like outproduce as long as they just keep them together. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
I know it's free agency and all that stuff, but nobody was like dying to get any of these Pirates at that time, and they didn't do it, and it's just been they drive me.
I've had bad luck with Pirate players. I did a couple, like my first Pirate player design that I did. The dude turned up being a fucking child molester or something. He was one of your guys' pitchers.
What?
Yeah, like so I did the design. And
oh yeah, I remember that. It was in the news. Yeah. I can't even remember his name.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can't even sell this shirt anymore because he's a fucking fiddler, so I got to remove the shirt. So,
right.
And then I did a bunch of Bell shirts, and then they got rid of Bell. I'm like, all right, see, there goes another good shirt. So,
you need to start making them. If you make a Pirates player, like if you make a Cruise shirt, like you have, you need to make one in Yankees font too, because that's where they.
Dude, I made the fucking Cruise.
You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
I maybe did I jinx Cruise because I made a Cruise shirt. Now you got a fucking broken ankle. Like sometimes I'm a little.
That was a weird play, man. In my opinion, the dirt looked a little muddy to me. That's all I'm saying. Like he didn't slide, he got stuck. It was weird.
I don't know. All I know is
it's sports.
All I know is you get 2 different versions of the Homerun sword, 3 actually, because I got a new one that just dropped.
Nice.
With the player swinging the sword around.
That's cool.
So those are all available right now. They were all teed up and kind of brought to you by me and PGH Pirate Queen. She helped me with the designs, gave me some input. She actually helped push them. Haven't sold a lot of them right now, but started hitting some fucking dingers, and we'll start selling, right? When the swords get pulled, the T-shirts will get sold.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it.
So, request of the week. Okay, now listen, I'm going to talk for a moment, and then after I'm done talking, Chris is Velour, I keep fucking up. Velour is going to come in and say some shit that Steelers fans may want to hear.
Or may not.
Are you frozen, or are you just looking at something?
Who, me?
No, D, what are you doing?
Me? Nothing.
You were doing something. Were you reading?
No, I was reading the daggum.
I put him on
flow
blast.
chart.
Put him on blast. Oh, he's reading the flow chart. We write shit down around here. We organize.
Professionals.
You know? So this is the request of the week.
Kenny Pickett.
How's it? Who was that?
Kenny Pickett.
We call him Kenny fucking Pickett. That's what he called him. Kenny fucking Pickett. I did a Kenny fucking Pickett design of KFP, but I did it with like the KFC logo.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I remember that one.
Because in Canada up here, right? We do everything's bilingual. So like one side of the package will say KFC, but the other side of the package says PFK.
For French?
Yeah, for poulet fried chicken. Or no, poulet fried.
That makes sense.
Poulet free Kentucky. Yeah. So PFK is how it is in the back. So soon as they were like, oh, it's Kenny fucking Pickett, I was like, I already got the idea because I already have the KP and the F. And then I just had to change them around. So PFK became AFP.
So yeah, go ahead.
TV timeout. I'm gonna just quickly do my thing, and then Chris Velour, you're gonna run and do your thing. Set it again. All right. Boom. At City Dog. City Dog. SIDDYDOG 417. Hit me with this request for a picture of Kenny Pickett with his hair just looking gorgeous as he was kind of looking downward.
You got that flow.
In the fucking just pristine white jerseys. Like just I don't give a shit what anybody says. The Steelers and the Raiders have the best colorways in fucking sport.
Nice.
In sport. Not in football, in sports. Gold, black, and white, and silver, black, and white. Like, you can't fuck with them fucking colorways, period. Anywho's, the design you guys just seen, I just showed it, okay? Lots of little paint splashed.
Yeah, it was tight as always, man.
I like it.
I just like to do shit like that that's kind of abstract because, it's different, right? It's I don't believe in just taking the picture and putting the picture of it on a shirt, right? Because it's not my picture to do just nothing with. Like, I always got to do something to it, right? Like, if you say, like, hey, this is my favorite picture from a movie and I want this on a shirt, I'm not going to just put that picture of the movie on the shirt. I am going to do some funky, stupid shit with it that I really like and that you'll really like too. I promise. So that's kind of that was the request. Now, City is wicked. They always retweet my shit. They hit me with requests. They've been a big fan for a long time. So nothing new from them in terms of being awesome. But the request was fire. The shirt, I loved it, and I love the way it came out. And when Kenny starts fucking lighting it up,
Yeah,
a lot of people running around the 412 repping this shirt.
right.
Oh, speaking of which, sorry, I forgot to say this to you, Chris. Happy 412 Day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's 412 Day.
It is.
Yeah, thanks. That's
And it's 412.
It's a
Oh
holiday.
no, it just turned 413. Oh, that's crazy.
I should get paid time and a half.
You guys are in the future.
Mm.
It's
true.
only 2:00 for me. You guys are in the future.
We are in the future.
Hey, you mentioned Raiders fans. I gotta give a shout out to Raiders fans that travel. Listen, listen to me. I can't speak for all of them. The only Raiders fans I've ever met, the ones that have traveled to Heinz Field or Three River Stadium, right? And they are awesome. They drink so much, they party so hard, and they are just awesome. Like I don't like they're my favorite. They're my favorite Bears. I don't miss the Steelers Ravens.
The Raiders and the Steelers are the only two fan bases that can use the word nation because they are literally everywhere. I've sold Steelers shirts to people in fucking Germany, Spain, you name it, Australia, anywhere and everywhere outside of the US, as I've done with Raiders gear. Nothing else outside of those teams has sold outside of those borders for the most part. The odd one here or there, but those are nations of sports fans because they're every fucking where. And no matter where you play, you will find a large majority of them in that stadium.
Well, and what's wild is like my dad and his generation, boy, that whatever rivalry was going on between the Steelers and the Raiders, that shit must have been intense because they won't let it go. Like I remember the time I told my dad I like Bo Jackson. He was like, well, he's a Raider. But everyone like my generation, like there's on both sides, like the Raiders, there's not as much, there's no bad blood, and it's just like, hey, we're fan bases that love to drink.
But you guys haven't been battling each other. Whereas back in these, like every time I post the Immaculate Reception, I will have Raiders fans chirping, "It hit the ground." No. Immaculate Deception. So I had someone ask me to make an Immaculate Deception shirt, which I did, obviously, because I love my Raiders fans. And I love my Steelers fans, so I can do both. I play both sides of the coin there.
Right.
But every time I post that Franco Harris catch, I get Raiders fans hating on it and chirping.
That shit is still alive in the older generation.
Yeah,
but I always like to say Bo Jackson mended fences, man, just with his style of play. If you couldn't appreciate him, there had to be Kansas City fans that loved Bo Jackson because, like, I don't know how you can not appreciate him.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that might be a bridge too far.
I don't know about that, but yeah, Bo Jackson was a great football player.
Yeah, that might be a bridge too far.
A bridge too far from a guy who lives around a bunch of bridges.
Yeah.
Bridges of
Yinzers go out of their way to not cross.
How do you pronounce? Is it Allegheny?
Allegheny.
Okay.
Allegheny County. So there's the Allegheny.
I fucking send shit there all the time. I'm like,
I was about to try to guess all three of them.
Right. And then the other river. So it's Allegheny County, and then there's the Allegheny River, and then there's the Monongahela. And then together they form the Ohio.
They all three meet at like that one.
Yeah, at the confluence. Yeah. Yep.
That's right where the stadiums are too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like right where they all meet.
The Three Rivers Stadium, not there no more. Did they tear it down?
They imploded it. Yeah, they imploded it. Yeah. It was cool. You know what? Speaking of the stadiums, not the tangent, I don't know anything about other franchises and how they do their season ticket holders and stuff like that. I only know the Steelers. But in Three River Stadium, I sat in section 212, and that was like my second family. Like these people, like I grew up with them. That's where I got my first sip of liquor. It was awesome. Like so, and I knew all these people. They were like a second family that you don't see on Sundays. When they did a stadium changeover, they kept us all together. We're in a different section now, and it's pretty incredible.
So do you how many Steelers games do you go to a year?
Well, so I always joke. I mean, they're still my father's tickets, and him and my mom like to go, so I don't get to go as much as some people think. But they don't go to night games, so I get first dibs at any of the night games.
Okay.
They like the Sunday 1:00 games. They usually go to those, and then me and my brother just basically take the rest. So I average
down for a
I average 3 to 4. I average 3 to 4 games a season.
So if I come down for a Monday night football game, I can just take another seat.
Dude, absolutely. Me and you. I got you covered, dude. I'm serious. They'll take you to a game for real. They're good seats too. They're only like 12 rows back from the field on like yeah, they're awesome. So yeah.
I won't wear any Steelers gear per se, but I'll wear something that I designed. It's a Steelers something or other. I have a rule that I can't wear any other team's jersey. That's just a rule that I have.
That's understandable.
I won't wear another team's jersey, with the exception of one jersey that I wear. I wear one jersey that's not my favorite team, and it's an Edmonton Oilers jersey that's all black, and it's a Gretzky.
Gretzky, yeah.
And the only reason I wear it is because it is a Gretzky jersey, and I live in Edmonton. So I'm an LA Kings fan. I've always been an LA Kings fan, and it sucks because they're going to play each other in the first round of the playoffs probably, and I'm going to be pissed. But at least LA made the playoffs. Pittsburgh got to hope fucking for a loss by the Islanders tonight to make it, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
The Islanders are playing the Canadians, and the Canadians suck. So
I just think it's just one of those things where it doesn't matter if they get in that way. It's like
even if they make it to the playoffs, it'll be a first round fucking see you later.
I don't see how it couldn't be. The goalie situation has been bad.
Should have kept Marc-Andre Fleury.
I know. Oh, believe me, I love him. I got a great Marc-Andre Fleury story too.
Well, you might have to save that one for next time.
All right. Yeah.
Now I have a reason to bring you back. See, you
nice.
Yeah, I like how you did that.
Yes. Segue.
So I'm going to do the customer shout out of the week now. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to scroll back for 1 second. You have a hot take about Kenny Pickett that you wanted to talk.
It's just
tell the people your thoughts on Kenny fucking
Pickett. Kenny fucking Pickett. So I mean, like we were talking in the lobby earlier, Steelers fans haven't had to worry about the quarterback position in so long. So it was a big deal no matter who came in, right? Yeah. And then they get the kid that was a star at Pitt football, and like Pitt fans are like, yeah, and some other fan bases of like Penn State, West Virginia are like, oh, I don't know about him, whatever. And so there was all this, like, he is still the main talking point in this area. Yeah. Like when people are talking,
I seen you argue with somebody on Twitter one time about this because somebody on Twitter said they were done with the kid. Or
right.
Like
yeah.
Like, dude, he's played 3 games. What the fuck do you mean you're done with the kid?
Yeah. It was when he threw the interception at the end of the game of the Miami game.
Yeah.
And so like what I've seen personally. So when he first came to Pitt, I'll never forget this. Me and my friend were having some beers, we're talking, and I'm like, I can't believe our football team has a kicker named Blewett and a quarterback named Pickett. I'm like, we ain't going fucking nowhere, right? And then and I was one of his biggest critics. Almost it started because of his name. That's why these other fan bases don't know anything about him, and they see his name and they call him interception. I'm like, man, those jokes have been so run out because I was telling him when he was in college. I'm like, look at this guy, Kenny picked off. And then he just kept making me eat my words. Like, I watched this dude just get better every single game. And now people are seeing that in the pro level. Like that's his greatest ability. People are like, oh, he doesn't have athletic this. He doesn't have his. They come up with all these things. He's got small hands. He's got this. He's got that. But
the baby hands. And he wears 2 gloves.
But like his greatest attribute is the fact that he always improves. People are like, oh, his ceiling's so-and-so player. I'm like, you have no idea what his ceiling is because I've never once seen him have a game worse than the one prior. So, for example, that person on Twitter that was like, "Oh, I'm done with him," after he throws an interception with the game on the line, like at the closing minutes of Miami. What happens next time he's in that situation? He throws a strike to George Pickens against the Raiders to keep the playoffs alive. Then the following week, he's in the exact same situation again, and this time it wasn't as clean a play. He had to scramble and make it happen through that dart to Najee, and they won again. Improvement every time, and I'm just so thankful. Like I don't have to argue with people about him, because he made me eat my words. And I know in time, like all of this is going to like come to fruition for people. So I don't even really like
win the last 7 of the last 9 games where they said like
yep.
they went on a crazy roll to end the season. So
Pick it
One
aside,
interception
guys.
in the final 8 games. Yeah, I mean,
Like, pick it aside. Like, the Steelers are one of the best run professional organizations in all of sports.
Yeah, they really are.
You have an identity. You hire coaches who fit that identity.
Right.
I mean, like, from Cowher to Tomlin, same dude.
They've had 3 coaches in franchise history
with 6 titles.
3 coaches.
Right.
Okay, some teams have 3 coaches.
Is it 6 or 7?
Oh, what's that?
Titles.
6? So yeah, 6.
Is it 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and it's funny, like the 3 of us right here, you have like, you know, diehard Steeler fan, got the Patriots fan, and then Dr. Duke. Like those 3 like franchises, if you will, or been so top of their game. We've always had to deal with like strays from people that have nothing to do, just pure jealousy. Like they wish they had Duke's basketball program. They wish they had the Steelers ownership. They wish they only had 3 coaches, and they wish they had Brady and Belichick. Like,
well, Patriots have been to a Super Bowl every decade.
Yeah, we talked about this, Dan. Like, you could drop a Duke logo off in the middle of the jungle. You could drop a Steelers logo off in the middle of a jungle. Yankees. I mean, there's a few other ones in there, and everybody in the world, even Jupiter, is going to know who the hell that is.
Right. And have an opinion. On it
for sure. They'll be like, oh, they suck.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys.
I played right in the jungle, and I got stuck with a Duke logo on the screen.
That's why the plane crashed.
Right.
Well, they're airdropping the damn Duke shirts because they didn't win the championship over there, and they know exactly who it is.
We got one of these future episodes. We got to talk some more Duke basketball, even though they're out of season. I got to pick his brain because Duke basketball is the standard, in my opinion. And I'm a bit of a Kentucky fan. Like as far as like Duke's rivalries go, I know not because the coach was from this area, and I
like Louisville.
But like all those blue bloods, but Duke has always been like the evil empire. I mean that as a compliment. Like that's like they've been the kings. Coach K.
You know, like we talked about before we started recording, man. Like I've been doing this Twitter thing for a long time, and I'm finally just starting to get some people to like, okay, I'll listen to him instead of the insiders with the 300K followers who just blind leading the blind. Like they're like, let's let this dude talk. Like he's rarely wrong. Like let's hear him out here.
Right. Let's hear him out. So I'll hear him out, but he has to hear this part first.
Do it.
We gotta do the customer shout out of the week.
Yeah.
Shout out.
At Yeti or Not. That's YETI.
That's a great
KNOT. That's the not the NOT, but the KNOT.
And I can't even believe it was available.
You understand?
I know. That's great.
So she's an awesome customer for the record. She's actually hit me with a couple requests featuring things that she creates for her little small business hobby. I don't mean to downplay it by saying small business hobby. I just don't know if it's an official small business or if it's a hobby. I don't know, but I'll just combine the two and we'll say it's a small business hobby. So she makes custom crocheted football players and now other figures because I just seen that she did like one of the Mandalorian joints.
Cool.
But she made a Justin Herbert one and a couple other Chargers players because she's a huge Chargers fan. So she started off doing Chargers ones. I'm assuming probably for herself. And then as soon as you've seen one, you'd be like, oh, shit, that's fucking cool. Can you do – and then I imagine that's kind of how it went from there for her.
I got to get that Tua one.
Oh, man, the Tua one.
Got to get the Tua one.
As soon as you said my girl likes Tua, and I was like, oh, she already got a Tua one. So
got to.
I'm trying to get a Vince Wilfork made.
That'd be cool.
That's going to take a lot of stuffing.
Big guy.
He was a big fucking dude. But I need a Vince Wilfork one done because that's my fucking guy. But she's listen. These little dudes, she made, like I said, she made the Justin Herbert ones. There's like people that are on the Chargers staff that were on the field holding them and shit. Like that's cool. Yeah, man. Like she's making a little buzz with them. But she made a Jason Kelsey one and she got that put on a shirt for a friend
You
of
got to
hers.
get a Gretzky one, man. You got to have her make you a Gretzky one.
Dude, I know what? Like, I want the Bill Fork one first.
Okay.
Now you said she should make a Mike Tomlin one.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd take it to the games and call the plays.
Oh, that'd be wicked with the heavy on.
Let me get a little Nigel Houston, little Nigel Houston guy up there.
Oh, dude. So listen, if anybody wants to see, if you're a sports fan and you like cool, unique sports memorabilia shit, give her a follow and just check out her stuff. Like you won't be disappointed. And I do just want to say thanks to her for always kind of retweeting my stuff, supporting what I do, and as well as ordering stuff, because like I said, it all goes hand in hand. So that's the customer show of the week. Boom.
You know, as a huge sports geek, that is so cool to me. Like that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
I think that's awesome.
I know cool people that do cool things.
Like she's definitely about to get some of my money, 100%.
Ready or not.
Yeah. Story time with Dan.
Yes, this is gonna be great.
I can't wait for this one.
As you guys, listen, to do what I do without marijuana would be immensely difficult. So I have a very, very good relationship with marijuana. It's opened all of the avenues of creativity.
Shout out Trudeau.
Yeah. Oh, fucking shout out to the legal weed train. Like I just get bags of gummies and fucking ounces dropped off.
Sponsorship.
I tell you, man, if I can get One Stop Gummies to sponsor me, I'd be laughing.
Life mission accomplished.
But there was a time in our world where weed wasn't legal, and going to the States with weed was definitely never ever going to happen. Like, we drove from fucking one end of Canada to the other end of Canada with weed and not gave a fuck. As long as you aren't attempting to cross a border with marijuana, you are fine.
I love this story already.
So now, if anybody knows me, anytime that I travel and there's a border involved, I will always stash weed somewhere on one side of the border. So that way, when I come back, I don't have to fucking not have weed. Okay?
You do not.
If I go to an airport,
wait. Time out.
I can't believe we're talking about this on a recorded podcast. This is wild. This is wild.
You do the border stash, the dead drop. That's hilarious.
Oh, dude, listen. One time, there was
all hypothetical, folks.
There's
all hypothetical.
There's a truck stop right by the border. And I literally take my weed and I lift up, you know, those tiles that you push up.
Oh, this is
no way, dude. Yeah. No way.
Oh yeah. So now this particular trip, we're going to the Patriots game. Okay. So it's November, I think it's November. Hold on. Got the ticket right here.
Oh, nice.
Shit, cool.
December 6th of 2010. Teddy Bruce. Teddy Bruce
won a championship that year.
My guy. So we're driving, and before we get to the border, I smoke my last joint, and then I go, okay, look, pull over here. I'm gonna go hide this weed.
The Easter Bunny.
I'm gonna go hide this weed over here
by that tree. So,
oh my God.
So cuz pulls over. And I get out and I go up the embankment and I fucking find a tree and I'm like, all right, this is the one. And I dig a little hole by the roots and I put my bag there, put a couple rocks over it, and then boom, hop in the car and we go to the border. Now, when we get to the border guys go, hey, do you guys have any weed or anything on you? Yada, yada, yada. And I said, no, of course I don't. What kind of idiot would bring weed across?
Yeah, what do I look dumb?
Right?
I stash it.
So he says to me, when was the last time you smoked a joint? And I said, 5 minutes ago. And he got fucking pissed off. And I was like, well, like, I can't smoke it in the States. I can't take it with me. It's still illegal in Canada. I know, but I already smoked it. I'm honest. What am I going to say? Like, I can't lie to him and be like, I smoked drugs fucking 2 hours ago. I still smell like fucking weed. Like,
it's illegal to get caught with it.
Right. It's not illegal to have already consumed it, and it's nowhere near me, right? So my buddy that is the driver is a military, like he was in the Canadian military, okay? And he had a pack of papers in his wallet.
Oh,
And
boy.
so they searched us and they made us take off my socks, the whole fucking, I just spread my toes and all this shit. And I'm
Squat
dying
wall.
laughing because I'm like, I don't have any fucking weed. I already hit it before I got here, you buffoons. So
You buffoons.
they searched me and they start asking me about the papers that are in his wallet.
Easy wide trouble.
And I'm like, I said to him, I said, like, I don't know. He could have bought them to repair a broken cigarette. I don't know why he bought them. I don't know why he has them. You guys are stupid.
So,
So
we're gonna
anyways,
roast
they let
cigarettes in
us
the car.
go and we drive. Okay. So we drive and we're in Maine. I think it is Maine. If anybody knows potheads, they usually work at one or two specific spots, especially in 2010. Okay. A pizza joint is a good spot to find a local pothead.
Sure.
So we're in Maine. We drive. I said, go to a town. We're going to find a pizza store. I'm going to get us some weed. And I did. And so we're in the States for less than 2 hours, and I've already re-upped the stash, and we're
Damn
good.
hound
I
dog.
feel like you
He's
yada
like
yada.
a hound dog, dude.
I feel like you yada yada over the best part. How'd you meet this hookup at the pizza shop? What'd this dude look like?
I go into a pizza shop, and see, the first thing you need to do is
Me.
anytime you go
Probably
to-
look like me.
if you see a guy working at the pizza shop that it's a white dude with dreads, you automatically know that you can get high.
Sold. Yep.
Okay,
That's
so
fact.
that
ain't
was
profiling, that's fact.
that was the mission. Okay? But where the story got really fun was we come back to Canada and I got to get my weed now. So, but when we come back, Canada had happened to have a snowstorm. So where I hid my weed and where I hid everything is now
man.
completely covered in snow. But
Yes.
the road itself is a fucking sheet of ice. So because it's a 2-lane highway, the highway it's a divided highway. So we're now on this side of the divided highway, but my weed's on that side of the divided highway. Okay. So my buddy stops. I'm like, okay, I think it's right across here. I'm going to run over there. So I run over there, go through the one highway, cross the ditch, into the other highway, cross it, and up the embankment, dig, found my weed. Boom.
Found it.
Fucking dig dug. Oh, man. But listen, basset hound, bro. I knew I have a photographic memory. Okay. I am the original GPS. If you took me somewhere one time, I remember how to get back there. I photographed.
Oh, this got road trip bet written all over
dude,
it. We got to put this to the test.
I found weed. I'm coming down the hill and I go across the road, but my feet are now wet and the road is now a sheet of ice.
Soaker.
So my fucking feet went parallel. I look like Patrick Mahomes throwing that football. I was literally fucking parallel to the ground.
Yes.
And then I landed. And the best part about my landing was I literally looked as I landing, and there's an 18-wheeler coming down this icy ass fucking highway.
Oh,
and I am laying in the middle of this icy ass highway with a bag of weed and blood all over my knees and everything. I fucking get on. I'm like literally on my hands and knees doing this. I look like fucking Scooby-Doo, fucking just not moving, but I'm moving.
Right.
I somehow get off of the road and the truck goes by. And my buddy is in the car with the window rolled down, laughing and yelling at the same time.
Oh, I bet.
Why are you laughing at me? Okay. Get the fuck out of the car. Get the fuck out of the car and come help me. No, he's laughing at me.
Oh.
You don't know the extent of my injuries. I get into the car and he looks at me. My knee is fucking gashed. There's just fucking. And what do? I looked at him. I said, pass me your fucking papers that are in your wallet. Because I obviously remembered that he had papers in his wallet because they made a big deal about it at the fucking border. Because my papers are now wet because it snowed.
Wipe out.
But anyways, long story short, legalized marijuana will now save my knees and save me from making these stupid fucking decisions.
I think you still got to be Johnny Appleseed though, and do these dead drops. Like I feel like it's tradition. Anytime you come to the stage,
I went to Cabo. I went to Cabo a couple months ago, and I literally did the same thing at the airport by the elevator that went from the parking lot down to the elevator, down to the terminal. There's like those metal rebar rafters, and I literally just put 4 joints up there.
That's hilarious.
And then when I came back 10 days later, reached my arm up there, grabbed my 4 joints. So I got joints for the road trip back home.
That's hilarious.
Got to be smart nowadays, kids. Got to be smart.
Oh, we lost Dr. Duke. I can't hear you, Dr. Duke. Can you hear him? D, where your volume's fucked. Look at that. It's the FBI.
You're lucky that this is the end of the episode.
Yeah, have to edit that out.
Can you hear us? But you can hear us, but we just can't hear you. Oh, time we got some quiet around here. Fuck. Never thought he was going to shut up.
There it is. There it is. We got you
we
now.
Okay.
Yeah, when you pulled that cord.
Yeah. Pull the ripcord again.
No, don't. You got it now.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Now.
We're good.
Weird.
Yeah, you are a little weird, but that's okay.
Yeah.
What were you saying? You were waving your. I got to know what Dr. Duke was saying. I feel robbed. He was like,
Oh, I don't even know. I just want to re-rack this whole story. I would have gotten tased had I tried to hide joints. I'm getting tased all day.
Never.
What are you doing over there, buddy?
I'm just looking for asbestos. Just doing an asbestos check here. Yep, we're good.
I got locked in the back room in Tijuana, Mexico one time of a souvenir store.
Oh, in Tijuana, Mexico.
Yeah, so like I didn't even know what was happening. I went down there. I was living in San Diego for a brief period when I was under 21. So we'd go down there to drink, and I went down there with my friends, and my friend wanted to buy something for his girlfriend, and we come back. There's it's like wood carving shop, and everything's negotiable in Tijuana. And me and my friend Randy are just blown out drunk. And we're giving this shopkeeper such a hard time. We're being pricks. I deserve to be locked up. And anyways, so the shop owner, he says to me and my friend Randy, he goes, "Hey, you two, you like tequila?" And we're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Come with me, have a drink, let your friend shop." So, okay. We go back. He puts his bottle of tequila down, leaves. This is the best tequila I ever had in my life. It was amazing. So me and my friend Randy are drinking tequila. We're talking about the Steelers. We're talking about the Lakers. We're just like shooting a breeze. That shopkeeper went back to my other friend and told him. He said, "Hey," he goes, "if you don't give me, if you don't buy $100 worth of stuff, you're never going to see your friends again." He didn't have $100. He had to go back across the border to California. He had to take out money from actually coming. And so it's like an hour goes by and I'm still drinking. And all of a sudden the door opens up and our friend's like, "Hey, come on, you two, come out of here." So we leave and we're just getting out and we see our friend Joe's got this big bag of stuff that he had to buy $100 worth of shit that goes out there. We never even knew we were abducted. My friend Randy looks at him and goes, "Boy, he sure took you for a ride." He's like, "Listen, you sons of bitches."
Dude.
I do like a story like that. You know what I need to do? I forgot to do something throughout this entire episode. I was going to give away a free shirt to this guy here, evil_ed83. And you have to just hit me with a DM and say pineapple. You say pineapple.
Easy enough.
You know what I mean? If evil_ed83 doesn't message me and say pineapple, he doesn't get a free shirt. But if he messages me and says pineapple, I'll know he watched this and he will get it. Because I'm gonna post it when I post this. I'm gonna post that he is the winner of the free shirt. But the only way he'll get to claim it is if he responds with the word pineapple, and then I'll know he watched this entire fucking 53 minutes.
A couple border stories.
Hey, before we finish, I just want to say we got pocket tees on the website right now.
Oh,
it's pocket tee season. I know,
and I brought them out.
I know, so I'm letting the world know.
Yeah,
that it is officially pocket tee season, and they are on the website live, ready to go.
Do you put a calculator in there, or just a couple pencils? Like, what do you use?
Calculator, protractor,
a protractor,
stuff I don't know how to use. All that.
Awesome. So this was episode 5. This was a 3-way. It was actually kind of fun.
Super fun, man. Super fun.
That was cool.
We'll get better. Maybe next time we'll add a 4th person in. Who fucking knows?
Can't wait.
By the time we're done, maybe we'll have 10
not. Yet you're not. It'd be a whole new thing.
Right?
A Zoom session.
Yeah. See, that's way too many people. And then some random dude will be doing something wrong and I'll have to shut it all down and shit.
Yeah, good point.
But until next time, folks, keep fit, have fun, and be good to one another. Don't be
DC4LCustomTees.com. Let's go.
Yeah.
LureSpinners.com. Let's go.
Yes, buy some spinners, buy some shirts, catch some fish, roll in some dirt. Boom.
That was cool.
Deuces.